Today I visit with multi-talented artist Steve Peters of California, Missouri. I'm Rick J, and this is Spotlight on the Arts. Welcome back, everyone, to Spotlight on the Arts. I continue with my special guest, Steve Peters. Welcome to part two of this great interview. Yeah. Well, Steve, do you have any favorites you'd like to talk about in your arts? I understand that we basically talked about a little bit about a Friday Night Light and a Bittersweet Morning, two of your favorites. Can you tell us the story behind those two?
Well, Friday Night Lights was actually a gift to my son. We lived in Andover, Kansas at the time. The high school was close by, and on Friday nights the football team would play when they were doing home games, and we would hear the game from our house. But we would also walk across the neighborhood over to the stadium and see the son. And our son was playing in the high school band, played French horn. So, but I remember the evenings when that was happening. And Friday Night Lights is a nocturnal painting where you see the stadium lights in the background. And I don't have it actually here because it has gone back to my son's in Kansas City now.
Well, we have that, I think, on the timeline now.
Yeah,
you present.
But we have that. Yeah.
Bittersweet Morning.
Bittersweet is a weed that grows in Missouri, and it's red when it's here. But there's a form of bittersweet that is a brilliant pale green, yellow green. And I happened to see a field on the way from Alabama to Missouri one time in Tennessee, this brilliant green field with trees surrounding it, but it was just spectacular. And so Lost in the Bittersweet is a painting behind me here that captures that that moment that I saw, that field.
Yes. Now, Bittersweet here also, you have the painting that's in process. Now, this is a painting, I think you had, at some point you said that it's a development of the street scene.
Right.
And this is kind of a continuation of the streets of Jefferson City.
Right, this is Capitol Avenue.
Capitol Avenue.
Uh-huh.
And multiple paintings have come from this same scene?
Yeah. I mean, I probably have painted that scene 5 or 6 times. I liked all of them. But a painting for me is not something I decide I'm going to paint and then once I painted it, it's done. I would love to be able to paint that way. But once I complete what I think one version of a painting is, I see other possibilities, and then I explore those as well. So I probably have 5 or 6 paintings underneath that. But this one is so a painting for me, it tells me where it wants to go. I will try to take it one place, and then it'll let me, and then it'll say, no, I really want to go over here. And so then I'll paint that. And then it says, no, wait, what about this? So it's really about exploring possibilities, which is what the arts are anyway.
Yes.
And I've always been engaged in that process as a theater director.
The canvas
So-
seems to talk to us.
Yeah, it's a collaboration,
us.
and you're working. And it's not escapism for me. It's really dealing with materials. I've got paint, I've got time, I've got space, I've got brushes, I've got
Takes your control.
I've got canvas or I've got a panel, and you're really dealing with reality and how to create something that hasn't existed before in a way that it becomes a process for you, for you as the painter, and for hopefully other people, a process of discovery. Oh, I never saw that before. Oh, that's interesting. So this one is light falling into memory.
I see.
And it became a snow scene, an evening snow scene.
Well, I have a question. Your technique you've learned. I've noticed you have a technique that really reminds me of those masters, of your matting an underneath coating. Can you share with the viewers and myself how you're creating that? Is that with a knife and then you paint on top of that?
I'm all over the place in terms of technique, really.
Is that
this past week, I finished one with a palette knife exclusively, but I really like just figuring out what technique will serve the needs of the painting. So sometimes it is just with.
Was it your gesso foundation that we're seeing laid down on the canvas, and then on top of that, your actual fine touches and
actually
strokes?
it really is what medium I'm using in terms of whether I'm using an impasto that'll contribute to that mix with the paint and give it thickness, or if I'm using a palette knife, or
that's probably
if I'm
the
just using
impasto is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
maybe so.
Excellent. I didn't know about combining those
Oh yeah,
with your paint to reach that.
Yeah, I mean it's
impasto look.
It's layering. One
yes.
layer on top of another, and then scraping that off, and then adding something and scraping that, and then adding to.
You've answered my question. Now I've got one of your secrets, and we've shared it here on Spotlight on the Arts. So
Good luck with it, because it's still a mystery to me too.
A lot of layering. I have a rock in a painting. I'm going to have at least 5 layers of different color values, plus the strokes will define each part of the rock or the crack in the rock. So
Rocks are difficult. Rocks are tough.
Oh, I love rocks and clouds.
Because, they're all about the light and the dark.
Well, I talk about getting you around the area to different venues. I guess I should ask you, do you have any current venues that your projects coming up? I know I've invited you to my Call for Nature's Art 2025 exhibit at the Runge Conservation Nature Center in Jefferson City, Missouri. We're dropping off paintings on the 4th day of November, or beg your pardon, the 3rd day of November. The show will begin the 4th day of November through January the 6th of 26. So I look forward to that and your selection for that exhibit.
Me too.
Do you have anything else that people could take a look at in the area?
Yeah, I mean, I've shown my work at several banks in the Jefferson City area. I've got 6 paintings at JCMC right now that will finish their show at the end of October.
And that's the Jefferson City Medical
Center.
Medical Center.
JCMC.
JCMC.
And then I don't really know. I'll probably enter a spring show with the Jefferson City Art Club. I'm a member of that club. Love that interaction of people and great ideas. And again, it's a lot of idea swapping. And
visit the the Capitol
Arts.
They're on Missouri Boulevard. Dr. Steve has a painting there, or more than one?
I have had. I
you
probably will enter their show in the spring.
In the spring.
I did enter last spring and got best of show. So I got lucky.
Excellent.
First time, good luck.
Yeah. Well, Steve, we're about running out of time. It just seemed like we could go on and on. So do you have any closing words you'd like to pass on to the viewers? Look into the camera and those viewers or those artists that maybe are in a lull, trying to get inspired, or someone that loves art, they don't partake in the painting, or someone who might want to begin with the brush. Can you give them a word of inspiration, if you would?
Oh, I don't know if I'm up for that. Let me see. What I would say is, if you're in a lull, that's a part of the creative process, and it will lead you somewhere if you allow it to.
Yeah.
It will lead you to discovery, and not a lot of people really want to be in a lull. They don't want to be in a kind of no man's land, so to speak, where they feel like they're don't quite know which way to go. Yeah, that's a natural part of any creative process. You start off, you think you know what you're doing, you have some questions that lead you into doing something about how to solve the problem. If sometimes that initial idea doesn't solve the problem, you try another idea. Eventually you run out of ideas and you're in a slump. And when you're in a slump, that's a part of the creative process. A lot of people feel, and that's very uncomfortable. It's stressful. But if you listen long enough, you will find something that will lead you out of that, and that's your journey. And so that's what a creative process is. It's learning. Learning is not something that's always comfortable and easy. So you have to move out of your comfort zone. When you get into that lull, you're out of your comfort zone. It is very anxious time, but it will lead you somewhere.
Excellent.
Give it time. Okay. And give yourself time to breathe.
Oh, yeah.
And keep on.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Peters, or Steve, I want to thank you once again for contributing to Spotlight on the Arts. It's been really inspiring to visit with you, and it's also been informational, educational experience for everyone, I'm sure. So thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up another look at the inspiring guest here on Spotlight on the Arts. I want to thank you, viewers, for joining me here today, and Dr. Peters. I want to thank my cameraman, Kelby Conrumpf, also for working the sound and camera today. Good smile, Hollywood smile. He's very good at what he does, and I sure appreciate it. So, Rick J. saying, stay healthy and safe, and don't forget to tune in next time for the next interview here on Spotlight on the Arts. See you next time.